let's talk about the IOTA 2.
Advance IOTA 2, yes. I think I was the first wing I started flying here in Colombia, and I was very much in love with the original IOTA. Flew that for a good season and had some very successful flights with that. And so I was very pleased when I first flew the IOTA 2 that I can feel the familiarity with the IOTA original, but can also feel that the glider has really progressed on. Forward launch is just super easy. The glider wants to come up and fly, but it didn't feel like it was overshooting me and having to really stop it. It's definitely, you need to be an active pilot in the active conditions we're flying in, but it's not difficult. I didn't find that it was too demanding, but it gave me the feedback and the I like a glider that talks to me, and it gives me that feedback. It talks to me, it communicates, it glides nicely into the thermals. So I was feeling the air well. The glider was telling me where the thermals were, and well, the climb rate is something else.
And what struck me is that it does climb really, really well. It's an exceptional climber. And
how did you find it in the weaker climbs and the stronger climbs? Did it have a particular tendency for one or the other? Or
actually, the thing I found is that it was really good in all the different lift, which is quite unusual, I think. Sometimes gliders favour the stronger climbs and the weaker climbs.
So the stronger thermals, rolled an EO, I was finding that the best way to handle the stronger climbs was just to crank it up and get into the climb, and the glider handles that really well. I just found by tightening my turn and really just getting stuck in, the glider then handles really well.
Okay, yeah. And in terms of the feedback, how would you pitch the IOTA 2 in terms of the level of feedback?
Well, I'm a pilot that likes feedback. I like to have that communication through my harness into the wing, so I do feel the IOTA 2 does give that feedback. It's not a busy wing. It's not a busy wing.
No. So yeah, it's kind of in that, in the middle ground to more towards the feedback side.
Yeah.
So yeah, and so that's a personal preference. I personally like that as well. So.
I think by having that, you can feel more communication with the wing, so that if you feel like there's going to be you are in the stronger conditions and there's going to be a collapse or something like that, you're more aware of it. So that's the disadvantage of having a wing that is giving you less feedback, because then when there is a rough conditions, then you're not necessarily ready for it, and that's when you see gliders, pilots having more collapses with their wings, because they're not expecting their wing to collapse.
We had some days where it got overcast and you really needed to feel what was happening. If you have a glider that doesn't give you feedback, then I find it harder to centre in on the more subtle climbs, and the IOTA 2 gives a nice feedback to that. The C-class glider has, on the top speed, got a bit more speed, but the IOTA 2 certainly, for a B-class, high B, it's got a very good glide and good speed. And the speed's very usable. I found it really, on full speed bar, I'm a bit of a scaredy cat, and I don't tend to use full speed bar a lot, but for testing I make myself do it.
We're generally third to half pilots, aren't we?
Yeah, quite. I use the speed bar a lot. Yeah, third to a half or 2/3. But on the IOTA 2, testing it out, I felt very comfortable on full bar, even in some of the conditions. Not in the really rough stuff, but in turbulent conditions. So it was great.
Actually, what I found with the big ears, they come in nicely. I think when you just hold the top of the riser, I think I found that it wasn't quite enough. So I sort of initially pulled them in, and then felt like I needed just to work my way up the line a bit more to bring them in a bit more, to get them a bit more stable. I found with just the first pull in that I was getting a bit of flappiness, but then reaching up a bit more stabilised that, and I got a nice bigger ear and less flappiness.
But really, it's a dynamic feeling wing. What I like about the IOTA 2 as well, it's got a nice dynamic feel, but then when it God, somebody having fun on the tandem? No, without staying. So what I like about the IOTA 2 is, and I think it's pitched just right, is when you do the pitch on the glider, it pitches nicely within a certain amount, but when it goes to a certain point, then it like just holds back off. which is really nice. Yeah, it's a very precise feeling glider, with nice build up of energy, so I could build up quite quickly some nice big wing overs, but they felt very controlled, easy, it wasn't like the energy was building up and too much.
Actually, you're right with the handling of it. The glider is direct with that. You can put it to exactly where you want it, and with the thermaling or whatever, you get it to the point and it stays there and really works well.
Yeah, actually the same thing that when you're flying in a thermal and if you go around in a thermal and you're going around and suddenly you hit a strong core, I felt with the IOTA 2 I could just jab the brake in, and go straight round into it. So that same thing, and it would respond and cut nicely into the thermal. The same thing gives you a really nice ability to do really fun sort of play around in wing overs. So it was very nice. I think it's well pitched for a high B. It's a proper high B glider. It's well suited to pilots moving up from low or mid B glider wanting to progress up, or pilots who've been flying a B class glider who just want the latest, great performance, which the IOTA 2 certainly seems to have great performance, certainly at the top of its class in the B class.
And if you're a C-rated, or a pilot's been flying a C-rated wing, to step towards the IOTA 2 to give you that more comfort and reassurance, then I don't feel they're going to be losing out that much.
No,
that seemed to be key with the other C-rated wings we were flying with. We were keeping up quite well.
About the build quality, in summary, to be honest, Advance.
Yes,
the quality
it's an Advance glider.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what it is or how they do it, but the build quality of their gliders is top notch. Very, very, very nice quality. Every detail of the glider is very well put together, and it's minimalist but exactly what you want.
Alright, so in summary, what is it for the IOTA 2?
So I think that Advance has done a fantastic job with the IOTA 2.
Agreed.
We've been trying to find fault with it and struggling, to be honest. It has that same feeling of being very taut and very refined, and just having a very sorted all-round feeling about it. And it's a glider that gives a good level of feedback. It's not a dampened wing. It's for pilots who prefer feedback and want that. And for me, its real strong point is its climbing ability. It's got an exceptional climbing ability.